Hey friends, this is Not a Snow Day. Day 31 of quarantine, episode 20. I am Kevin Ozar. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you just joining us, this is my web series to try and help people who are at home with small people, and in this case, maybe even just people who are home by themselves, get through what started off as a small disruption in life and it's become our new normal, to quote a phrase that has been quoted and misquoted a whole bunch lately. So it is Monday, and Mondays are great times for you to take a quick look at what is working and what is not working in your house. It's also the first day back from spring break for many of us who should have been adhering to a school calendar. And so now is a great time for you to have what teachers would call as a classroom meeting, what business might call a team meeting to start this week off right. And it's very simple. Have a conversation outside of the learning area where you're normally doing school, and go to a place where everyone can sit on the same level, all in chairs or all on the couch. Just get everybody in a circle ideally, and just ask what was great last week and what was not great last week. What really worked and what is not working. And really put it all on the table. What about the hours that people are keeping? What about the food? What about strategies, or are people able to get the work done that they need to? Do we need to work out a different calendar for sharing the limited devices or not overloading the bandwidth? And these are great conversations that you can have to let everyone know that they've got a voice. And for small learners at home, when you're younger, and even as you get older, it often feels like you don't have a voice. So to put the whole organization, in this case your quarantine family, together and say everybody's voice matters right now. Let's talk about what's working. What meals were awesome? What did you like? What were your new skills? All right, this week, what do we have going? What's going on? In my house, we're coming off spring break. So we're started back up at school. At the same time, I was on a different calendar, and my district is launching a brand new initiative and way to do distance learning. So this is a big Monday morning for us. And so we're continuing to try and figure out, all right, what does that look like? What rooms do people need to use? How can we make sure we're not stepping on each other's toes? You can do the exact same thing. And you might find that you have created some systems that really work. Great. Like, keep doing those. Don't accidentally do the right thing. Do the right thing on purpose. Put some intentionality into your practice of simply coexisting under difficult circumstances. It might be that menu items are asked for or things that you just can't get right now. That's okay. But let's talk about why we can't get them and have the story behind that and some understanding, so it's not just an empty wanting and feeling like your needs are not being met. And what are some things that might be going on that we don't know about? Lastly, you can talk a little bit about where are we headed, goals, projects, things that are happening. Take a look at the weather. What days are going to work well for things that you might want to do that you didn't get to last week? Let's carry that over. And really, it's about being intentional, about letting the young people in the house have a voice, and then being practical and having the whys answered to why we're doing things like this and why we can't do something like that. And then maybe introducing something new. So one of the things that I noticed last night on a walk with my family was that we had not been out for a walk, and it was a pretty sedentary day. There was a lot of eating, there was a lot of Zoom calls with family, and then we finally got outside, and my youngest could not. Walking was too slow. She was doing cartwheels and flips and running around and jumping and climbing on me and bumping into people, and just really had all this kinetic physical energy, and it was awesome, and it's so fun. And I realized that we probably had not moved enough that day. And I think that might be something that we're all experiencing. This morning, I had hours upon hours of Zoom meetings and Google Meets and Hangouts and text conversations, and it was great, it was productive, but at the same time, my body aches from sitting there, and I realized I was not my best, most focused self. So with all that in mind, what if we were a little bit more intentional with how we move? Now, I know that many of us have a workout regimen, or we've got hours that coincide with business and things like that, of course. I'd like to introduce something a little bit more spontaneous and a little bit more fun, in my opinion, into your day, and that is the family dance break. And it's very simple. If someone feels like they need to move, or if you notice it looks like you need to move, or maybe someone else needs to move, you can simply call out dance break. Put on a song, not just any song, we'll talk about that in a second. Put on a song and see if we can just get everybody up and moving. And maybe you're just going to get strange looks from the teenagers in your house as you shake what your mama gave you. That is totally okay, because you're getting the movement and you're adding a little fun and spontaneity. Music is really, really powerful. So if you want to designate one song that week that's the dance song, maybe Hey Ya by Outkast, because you can't go wrong with that one. Super dance floor filler at any wedding I've ever been to. And then we're all dancing right now. And maybe some of you are like, well, I can't do that. I'm sometimes on business calls. I'm like, dude, get up and dance on your business call. If there's anything a business call needs, it's probably more dancing. And maybe some people on the call will join you, and that'll make the world a little bit of a better place, and that is okay. If you cannot do that, then maybe we need to figure out some signals that you can send when you are able to do that. And then what if next week you let somebody else pick the song? And maybe it's their favorite song, or maybe it's something that they're really into. And then they can teach you some music, or they get to control that. And with a smart speaker, that's easy to do. With a phone or a tablet, you can call up any of those services, even just YouTube, where you're watching this fantastic video. And you could have a fun family dance. And then maybe after this is all over, that song still means something. So if you're in a car ride and people are a little grumpy or low energy and you just put that song on, we all know what to do because we learned this. Because this is a memory that we made. It's a family tradition that we made way back when we were locked in our houses in 2020. How cool to have something we can call back, like, oh, that's the dance song. We got to move it to that one. So, family dance break. That is your challenge. Come up with a song and model it. You can't just pretend. What you do as a leader in your household will be what everyone does. And it's good for the goose, good for the gander. It's good to get up and move. So what I would love is in our comments down below, if you could comment some fun songs that your family loves to dance to. So anybody else who's thinking, I don't know what songs, they can go through and find some jammy jams that'll get them off their butt and onto the dance floor. So I mentioned comment. As always, subscribe. I would love for you to subscribe. It might mean that you have to make a new account. Mom, I'm talking to you, but it's okay. It's okay to make a YouTube account because it'll make subscribing to this, you'll get your notifications. I had a bunch of coworkers I got to talk to today. One of them said, I saw one of your videos. You should do more of those. I was like, yo, dog, I'm doing as many as I can. He goes, oh, I guess I just saw it on Facebook. And you do more? I'm like, oh, man, I got videos. So make sure you subscribe and then put on the notifications so you'll know when I post a new video, which is almost every single day of the week, Saturdays and Sundays. I need my rest. Got to get ready for dancing. The second thing is I'd love to know more about what kind of content you'd like to see, as well as would this be easier for you to digest and process if it was an audio-only podcast, playing with some technology, seeing what's next. Got to have a new project. This week I have some interviews lined up, so technology being with us, some people from far away, some people from very close here in our neighborhood. Another coworker said, Kevin, I love your show. I really like the interviews though. They're much more interesting. Keeping it real. That's what I love about my coworkers. They tell me exactly what I need to hear. So thank you so much. I hope you are doing okay. I hope you have fun dancing. I hope you have a successful meeting when you talk about what your family needs to do to institutionalize, not get institutionalized, totally different, to make sure you're doing things on purpose, the right way, and changing the things that aren't working for you. Have fun dancing. Don't forget to wash your hands. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.